change the size back. There we go. I had the bitrate control set wrong, and I don't know how, because I have had it set to CQR for the longest time. I don't know how it got changed, but that was affecting my my streaming, so I was dropping frames left and right. But now it seems to all be fixed, so I think everything is working fine again. So if you're watching this and something is wrong and you can still hear me, then let me know. But otherwise, we're gonna start playing some Oxygen Not Included. And I think I'm gonna start a new colony. Survival, obviously. Here's the thing, so here's one thing. I can't seem to select anything other than these two colony types right now, and I'm not sure why. Oh, it's because, okay, so with the new patch you have to start on either a Terra cluster or a swamp cluster. See, what I want to do is can I not set up my home base on a forest asteroid like I used to be able to? Time-lapse unavailable. I guess, can I get rid of the spaced out DLC? Yes, deactivate DLC. At least for now, because it's still in early access, and I really want to play some of the other features that I apparently can't play with the DLC at the moment, so we're for now going to deactivate the DLC. Alright, so now survival. And there we go. Now we get lots of options. So we have Oceania, Verdante, Rime, Arborea, so Verdante, does that have trees? So Arborea obviously has trees. I mean, I kind of like the idea of Arborea though, so I think I've done this one before, but I'm going to do it again. Alright, so let's see. Large glaciers, huh? That's good. I want large glaciers, because that means both cold areas and areas with lots of water, and I'm going to need cooling solutions and water solutions. So let's go ahead and start the game. All right, let's see. We're definitely going to need agriculture um, in this map. Narcoleptic isn't great though. In fact, all three of these I don't like parts frequently either, so I'm going to reroll all three. I do like Night Owl. I'm not going to probably need ranching early, but I will need it eventually. Um, I mean, all three of these people aren't ideal to start, but they're also the kind of people that I want ultimately anyway. Um, so I think I'm actually going to take all three of them. But what am I going to name them? All right. Um, hmm. Let's come up with a naming convention. That's a naming convention. How about no. I think I can rename them later. So for now, we'll call these people Viewer 1, Viewer 2, and Viewer 3. And when I start getting comments, if I ever get comments, I can rename them. And then settlement is boring. Death Dystopia, that's pretty fun. Give me a second, let me put my cat up on my couch. Come here, Nimby. All right, all right. Oh, there you go. All right. So, Death Dystopia is fun, but it is an arboreal world, so um, maybe I'll just call it Arboreal Death Dystopia. Sounds good. All right, let's pause it and get a look around. So we do have oxyferns, which is great. I think hexalents are just, you harvest them once, they give you a bunch of food, and then you can't recreate them, basically. You can't grow them. Yep. However, I'm not sure about these guys. Pips? They bury seed. Okay, but it is seeds specifically. They bury seeds in the ground. Basically, they spread plants around. which is nice, but I don't think that works with Hexalence. But here's the thing. It is really useful for them to basically propagate seeds. Do they have to have a certain... They have a melting point. Do they have to have a certain atmosphere? Apparently, there's no given atmosphere here. Yeah, so am I doing the hardest world? No, I'm not doing the hardest world. All right, but I will make viewer 1 bit van byte. So right now I'm doing the non DLC, the non early access DLC because I don't want because I don't want well, because I wanted to choose certain things that it wouldn't let me do in the DLC, and other reasons that I can't remember now. Okay, so I'm just getting a scope of the surrounding areas. Yeah, I'm pausing. Um, this game is a challenge enough as it is. I don't need to be adding more challenges. Like, yes, I can survive for a while, but then I start running out of crap. I mean, and this particular uh, asteroid doesn't have any algae, no algae whatsoever. So you can't use those to produce oxygen. You can't use anything that uses algae to produce oxygen, which is most of your early oxygen generation in the game. So you have to come up with other solutions, and oxyferns are a big one, but they don't. I don't think they propagate. You might be able to get more seeds out of them if you farm them, which is what I'm planning on doing. But also the pips, they plant seeds, and I feel like they do plant oxyfern seeds, which makes me think they might also plant hexalent seeds, even though they don't produce seeds. Maybe oxyferns do produce seeds. Well, so they definitely produce seeds when you dig them up. But I don't know if they if they create additional seeds. They don't. I feel like they do propagate, but the wiki I think said that they didn't, so I don't get that. All right, so we have a few trees around, but most of them are not. Okay, there's an accessible one. Yeah, the water's nice and close is nice. We don't have any polluted water around, which is okay because you don't really need polluted water early. So we just need a place for polluted water to go. Plenty of phosphorite, plenty of dirt. So yeah, this is a farming world for sure. And it's just a matter of what are we going to do with the pips? Are we going to try to capture them? But then what would they do? Like, I guess you could capture them but keep them in a natural area. And they could spread. Okay, well, they might steal oxygen, but they also spread seeds. I guess my question is, can they spread seeds that I can't propagate via farming? Because if they can, then they're useful, and if they can't, then they're not. Maybe I'll look this up. Oh, they are capable of planting in farm tiles. That's not polluted oxygen, though. It looks like polluted oxygen, but it's chlorine. It would be a darker green if it was polluted oxygen. Yeah, this world is interesting because it doesn't have a lot of the things that a standard world does, like big swamps with algae and slime and polluted oxygen, or algae at all, for that matter. I guess one of the things about what they do that's useful is if they do plant seeds in natural tiles, which they do, those those natural tiles don't require any resources to grow, right? So you don't need to provide them with water and dirt and fertilizer. Okay. And one other aspect that I didn't know that's useful to know is that pips can plant arbor trees every tile instead of every other tile. Um, they can build basically dense arbor tree farms. They can plant dense arbor tree farms. Pips sound useful, kill them all. Well, they're not. See, here's the thing: their use is actually pretty limited, unless you get really fancy. Compared to other creatures, having a dense arbor tree farm isn't really that important, and setting up a really, really fancy natural farm is actually way more challenging than I made it sound. So they're not actually that useful. Um, so I don't know if I'm actually going to use them that much. What I might do is try to capture a couple pips and put them into just a single like arbor tree farm that I get going. So the other thing about the arbor tree farms that I want to get going is that I need to set up a power station to burn the wood. And I want to set that up down low to capture a bunch of carbon dioxide and then sort of have a area fill up with carbon dioxide and then have like an oxyfern farm above that all. Maybe even with like a airflow tile floor. Um, yeah, something like that. So that might be my plan. No power challenge. That is probably impossible because you need power to create food. We do have mealwood. We can just eat meal lice. The problem with meal lice is that it's a crappy food source. What else? Oh, the other problem with a no power challenge is that well, no, oxyferns produce oxygen. What are the other problems with a no power challenge? Let's see, where's my research? Oh, I can't even look at that until I have a research station built. I feel like there are other problems with a no power challenge. Maybe. Well, okay, so here's one not problem with the no power challenge. Yeah, definitely not doing a no toilet challenge. One problem with the no power challenge is that then what's the point of the trees? Then I have absolutely no use for the trees whatsoever, because the only use for the trees, as far as I know, besides feeding pips, is to produce power with the wood. Unless maybe you can build stuff out of wood. I don't think you can, but maybe you can. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start with a normal game for now. So sorry. But let's start by digging out an area. Oh. Yes, they will be smart enough to build that ladder. Well, first of all, I'm not trying to build through super hard rock, so that helps. And second of all, my game's better than yours. Yes, that is true. My game has you in it. I don't know, I think not having me in it is a good thing, right? Alright, so let's start getting plumbing in, such as the pitcher pump, which we'll put right here. Then we'll put a bottle emptier here for the future. And it needs a tile underneath it. And then we're going to have to dig out some spaces there for the water to actually go. Dig that out for now. Actually, that. We're going to build tiles here. That way they can access the hexalent if they need to, but they shouldn't need to, because they should have more than enough food in the ration box. We do have a hatch. I might actually plan this game a little differently than I normally do. Normally I just make a bedroom right away, or sorry, a barracks right away. But I might actually plan for bedrooms, so it's going to be a lot more resources, a lot more space taken up, but I think it'll be worthwhile to plan ahead of time. Alright, and then we need an outhouse. I don't want to put it directly above the water because I have a feeling that if somebody makes a mess for whatever reason, it's just going to drain down into the water here. So let's do it this way. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is fine. Alright, so we will have a ladder there. We're going to need to dig this up. Yeah, when they make a mess. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Alright. Polluted water, also known as urine. Okay, so let's get an outhouse going over here, I think. So we're going to make it 4 tall because that allows me to plan for a shower area later next to it, which I like to have to keep all my plumbing in one sort of general area. And we'll make it, for now, that big, but we'll close it off later. And then we'll get 2 outhouses and a wash basin. For now, we'll cancel this one. Alright, so we got the bottle emptier. We want to make sure it's on liquid, or yeah, we don't want it on all because that's going to automatically set it to have polluted water when I get polluted water available. I've made that mistake before, so I need to wait until I get another one set up to empty polluted water before I can do that. What are these things? I don't know. We'll up the priority of these. Maybe we can get it all done before the end of the day. Oh, we have a night owl. In fact, Bitman Bite, you're a night owl. Hey, it's another viewer. Yep, time to name a viewer Bitman Bite. I do need to create a new schedule for Bitman Bite. So this is going to be my daytime, or my day shift. This will be my night shift. I guess these are hours, aren't they? I guess these are
8 hours. 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 8 hours
Alright, I think I'm going to manage to get at least one of the outhouses done in time, which is good. Alright, so for the night shift, we want... we're going to give a little bit more downtime later, but for now, we'll just have the 2 hours of downtime. So for night shift, we're going to have sleeping in the middle of the day. We'll still put the downtime before and the bath time after. And so we'll just have you working through the night. We'll let you sleep first, though. Yes, we got exactly one outhouse in time. Schedule. And we'll put you on it once you sleep for the night. One hour of bath time isn't really enough, so we'll give 2 hours. We don't have beds yet, obviously, but we'll get those sorted later. So you're just going to sleep on the floor for now. Let's put, well, we're going to need to dig out a little bit first, and then we're going to put these on harvest, auto harvest. We got nothing else around that we can auto harvest at the moment. We will put the outhouse here on priority 7 so that I make sure that they clean it in time. Could turn the speed up, but I'm still getting my bearings on the map. So far, only a few smaller sources of water discovered. Hopefully there's going to be like a steam vent or something that gives me a permanent source of water. Alright. Schedule. Move duplicant. Bitman bite. Unreachable toilet, eh? That shouldn't be the case anymore. Oh, it is the case, actually, in fact. Alright, now it's not unreachable. There we go. And they all have to use the toilet, so I got that done in time. Alright, let's start getting a bedroom in. I think the bedrooms can start going in right above the toilet. Probably. Let me think about this. So, I don't know how big the comfy beds are. I do know that I want at least enough space for some art to go in the bedrooms. What do the bedrooms need, I guess, is one question. So a single comfy bed, that's all they really need. And they need to be minimum 12 tiles. All right. And a minimum height of 4 tiles. That's good to know. Okay. Okay, so if I made it 4 by 3, that would work. But I wouldn't really have room for art. So let's make them 4 by 4. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a ladder in up here. Let's dig that out just because. let's start getting some bedrooms laid out. So also what, okay, so yeah, we do have a pretty, ooh, it's cold down here. I like that. That's helpful. Having cold areas nearby is useful for cooling things that I need to cool in the future. All right. I think let's get 4 bedrooms along here. Oh, that last one's too big. I do need to dig this out. And then we could also do 4 on the other side. Bitban Bite, the night owl, is now sleeping. And then for now, obviously, we need to get cots in. Dig all the things. So let's put them, I feel like the middle. Like, the side makes sense because then I could fit a 2x2 thing in here if I wanted to, but the middle. I mean, yeah, I can put plants in. I can put 2 plants in. But I guess one question I have is, so this produces dirty water. Outhouses, do they produce, yeah, that's what I thought. They produce polluted dirt, but not dirty water. So I don't need to empty polluted water anytime soon, but I will need to once the wash basin fills up, although that's less critical. But I should start planning ahead for that. Somewhere to put my, yeah, exactly. Where do I empty my polluted water? I haven't decided yet. Actually, this is just below freezing, so if I emptied it down here, it would freeze, unfortunately. Maybe if I put it like right in here, I could get cool water going. Hey, listen! Looks like it's time to name another duplicant. You are now Yaweasel instead of viewer 2. Ignore the gender norms here. Oh. So I was planning on gaming with Wayne in about 2.5 hours, which probably would be a problem. I could maybe reschedule with Wayne. When is the stream? I mean, I know it's the same time every week, but that doesn't mean I remember. Okay. Let me see. Let me see what Wayne has to say. All right. Well, in fact, we got 3 beds already, so that's perfect. Although Bit Van Byte won't be going to bed until tomorrow. Yeah, I just texted Wayne, so we'll see. No, I would. That's the thing, though, is I would like to. It's just that Wayne and I have not been able to play a game since last week, and we were looking forward to trying again this week. So, but I asked him if outside of that time frame would work for him. The problem is that he has to go. His internet at home is horrible, so he has to go places. He says he can anytime. So I'm gonna ask him if after 5:30 would work. Hey, DNH. How's it going? Well, since you did drop in and say hello. Oh, apparently, what? It's not showing up correctly on here. I see, okay. Well, viewer 3 is now D and H Gamer. Oh, it has to wait a day. Okay. I didn't know that. Cool. So, yeah. So, I guess this stuff I'm not going to auto harvest, or I'm not going to put on harvest um, because I want to build over here pretty quickly. I am going to run low on food if I don't start considering that, and I still need to get an area for polluted water to go. Hooray! Hopefully you don't die, DNH Gamer. Well, it sounds like Wayne is fine with after 5:30, so then yeah, I should be able to stream Simcopter at 2 today. All right, so we got a 4th bed already ready for a new duplicant. Which we're probably going to be getting soon from the printing pod. We're going to make the ceiling a 6 so that they don't dig this all out first and then do the ceiling second, because we need to have these as enclosed rooms in order for them to count as bedrooms. For now, they're just going to be barracks, obviously, but once we get comfy beds, sounds good. Yeah, weasel. Food is for losers. But all of my duplicates are losers, so sorry, DNH. I should have included myself in the duplicants. Oh yes, okay, so here's the other thing about this world is that I don't think there are any swamp areas, and because of that there is no, what's that kind of plant? The one that makes reed fibers. Um, and so I'm gonna need to capture some Drecos in order to get the fibers to make paintings. But I now understand how to do that, and also having mealwood is useful. And I need to get a mealwood farm going ASAP. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it yet. It needs to be in a relatively temperate location. Maybe. So I'm planning on putting another set of bedrooms over here, but maybe right directly underneath them and to the right of the water. But it'll need to be. I'll need to get insulated tiles at some point to prevent all this heat from making its way up through them. I mean, alternatively, I could have my bedrooms just all go up in a stack over here. And then I could build a farm right here. I probably should do that, at least for now. Maybe I'll rearrange things later, but I should do that for now. I will also put a farm down here, in fact, an oxyfern farm for the time being. Idle, yes, I get that. Okay. Let's go ahead and dig this up for food. Dig these up for food. I need to also get an area for dirty water going ASAP. So let's put that. I mean, I could put that over here, but I don't like it being so close to my clean water. And I want to put a farm in here for oxyferns, but actually that will only need to be 3 high. So let's go ahead and start that process now, and then we'll put the dirty water, the polluted water underneath that, I think. And we'll have it deep enough that we can also store food in it, and carbon dioxide can fill up the area so that it's so that the food doesn't spoil. We need to dig out these plants. And let's start by digging out from the top down in order to get the make sure everything is being dug in the correct order. We're gonna have to do a 2x2 first. We will want this to be tile, just to block it off from the water over here. I think, how is this going to be deep enough? Okay, we got a new printable available. Let's go ahead and choose a blueprint. Oh man, an oxyfern seed would be really nice. Let's see, small bladder isn't great. Narcoleptic is even worse. Strength, cuisine, and athletics is pretty good. Quick learner is pretty good. I really want somebody with digging though. I think we're going to go with an oxyfern seed, actually. More oxyfern seeds. The more oxyfern seeds, the better, basically. Okay. 3 printable. That's not a actually that is not a terrible idea. I kind of like the idea of trying a game with fewer duplicates, because fewer duplicates means it's not all bad. Like there's obviously a lot bad about it. Obviously I have a 4th cot, so I have prepared for more, but maybe that's what I'll do next time. Yeah, easier to micromanage, obviously fewer resources used, generally speaking. But then you can't specialize in anything, and if you have duplicates that can't do certain tasks, those duplicates become much more of a burden. All right, let's also get, oh, we don't even have, yeah, we need to get research going also. We need to do that ASAP. And then obviously the other problem is you need to, you need to, you can only have duplicates doing so many tasks at once. And let's actually make this all a 6, because this is more important at the moment. The problem is, oh, we already have a hard digging area. So that's going to include these granites as well. So we'll finish off the polluted water area later, I guess. So how deep is this right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll make it 10 deep so that we can have 8 spaces for the polluted water. 8 is probably too many, actually, in fact. Yeah. So this can go as deep as what? So below the top level. So if we can't count this as the top level, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it can go 6 deep. So yeah, 6 is probably good. That gives me 4 spaces to do other stuff. Plus I need at least 3 to put in the pitcher plant and the bottle emptier. So in that case, if we have 4 spaces at the top, this is how we'll plan it out. Well, we won't do this yet. I mean, I could put it on lower priority, but this is fine. Hey, look, Bitvan Byte is doing work. Yeah, I don't know what the ideal number of duplicates actually is. I guess it probably depends on the game. Bitvan Byte is cold. So this water source I could have flow down into this one at some point. This one would be trickier to get down here, so I'll probably have to pump it in. None. 0 duplicates. You can manage a colony perfectly with 0 duplicates. Alright, so we definitely want to get research going, and first research we want is farming. Basic farming. And we'll put research on a 6. Also, we should check priorities now, because these guys can specialize. for now, we'll set those as the priorities. All right. We need a battery. I am being silly. We desperately need a battery. So let's get one in right here. Because otherwise she's just going to be, or Yaweasel, he is just going to be running all day. It's a metaphor. Right now, DNH Gamer is, I don't know why I'm saying his full name, is just going to be researching all day. And it looks like Bitman Byte's doing all the grunt work at the moment. He's the gopher. All right, so yeah, I think so. Can't tell how hard these is. Wow, how hard these is, huh? How hard these tiles are without actually trying to dig them. But I have a feeling some of these granite tiles in here are going to be too hard to dig as well, which is fine. We got the excellent fruit already. We'll put the pneumatic door right here. It's Bitman Byte's downtime, which means we're not going to have this built, which means I need to put this on yellow alert. Stop researching, build the battery. Thank you. Okay. Now it's DNH Gamer running the wheel, but he's filling up the battery, so it's fine. And let's get a second battery in, but this one doesn't need to be on as high of priority. Exactly, yellow alert, also known as build the damn battery. You're really going to go over there and dig that out? Oh, you're going to harvest that. Finish harvesting that, I see, okay. Let's go ahead and put this on harvest. And these as well, at least for the time being. That way when they're ready, they'll be harvested, especially the mealwood. Because we don't want that stuff to go to waste. Alright. Yeah, the research station doesn't actually take that much power, which is nice. Look at Yaweasel casually running around. Early game, nobody has good athletics. I am already having oxygen problems, so I definitely need to get these oxyferns going ASAP. Atmosphere. Is that because this is oxygen and not carbon dioxide? I think it is. In fact, let's go ahead and dig these up because I'm going to need to plant these. Oops, not this one. Cancel that. Oxygen is for people who don't want to die. Duplicants who don't want to die. There's no oxyferns up here, so no use breaking in there. There are oxyferns in here, and there's oxylite, so probably worth digging up into there to get stuff. I mean, I guess, yeah, they are, right? They're clones, but clones aren't not people. You heard me. Okay, dig all that out. Yaw Weasel running on the hamster wheel of life again. I think the research is almost done. Good job, D&H. Hooray! Alright, food, planter box. We'll eventually get a farming station in here, so for now let's just... Actually, this doesn't need to be a... Okay, let's look at the benefits of a greenhouse. Crops grown in a greenhouse can be tended with farm station fertilizer to increase their growth speed. But here's the thing. Oxyferns, I don't think having their growth speed enhanced matters. Let me check real quick. Oxyfern. Yeah, oxyferns don't need to be fertilized, so this room can just be full of oxyferns. It doesn't actually need to be a greenhouse. Okay. So that's going to be the plan then. Just fill this with oxyferns. Have that as my main oxygen production for the time being. Oh, and let's go ahead and set our research now. So we could do meal preparation, which would give us a mess table, which is nice. We could get jumbo batteries going, which would be nice. We need everything, basically. Plumbing we don't need at the moment. Gas we don't need at the moment. Interior decor we don't need at the moment. So we're going to go ahead and go with power regulation and then meal preparation. I mean, we do need fine art, yes, ultimately, but right now we're not having any stress problems, so. We do need to get oxygen production going quickly now, so we'll go ahead and put those on priority 6. .9 cycles until the next printable. See, this is the problem at this point with only 3 duplicates. I have a lot of plans and not a lot of actual work being done. Alright, let's get our oxyferns in. For now, let's spread them out because we can. Yeah, I mean, you're right. But some of this stuff needs to be done sooner rather than later. Alright, so we don't actually have a lot of carbon dioxide yet. And it's all down here at the moment. But once we start producing power with the arbor trees, with the lumber, then we can start producing more carbon dioxide. And we might actually get that going soon too, because we need to get we need to get carbon dioxide production so that we can get oxygen production. I mean, it's breathable. It doesn't look like much, but it's breathable, I guess. We will need to get airflow tiles in also at some point. We actually have more food than we started out with because of all these hexalents around. Which I think makes sense in this world because you don't get a lot of... Well, so here's the thing. Yeah, I guess there isn't a big problem with food production in this map because you have so much dirt, just more dirt than anything else. So you can create mush bars and then fried mush bars. Plus you do have mealwood. So yeah, so food production isn't a problem. Hey, look, Bitvan Byte's doing some research now. Although he's about to stop because the battery's almost out. Is he going to run? Is he going to run the hamster wheel? He's not going to run the hamster wheel. Yeah, you basically just squish dirt into a bar. Sounds delicious. This is still only like a quarter full of polluted water, so this isn't absolutely critical at the moment. But let's go ahead and get the next section dug out. I am going to need to get a ladder in here for access. And then we need a pitcher pump in case we need to get polluted water out, and a bottle emptier. Is polluted water available here yet? No, it's not, because I have not produced any yet. And I have not bottled any up either, so... Alright, now these are producing oxygen, which is good. They will produce oxygen as carbon dioxide filters in, which is perfect. And I have so much dirt in this map that I shouldn't have problems running out of dirt to produce oxygen with the oxyferns. At least not for a long time. So these are gonna cycle between not producing anything and producing stuff for a while, because as they produce oxygen, it's gonna... One thing that I do want to get going quickly, like I said earlier, is airflow tiles, which I can actually get without advanced research. And in fact, because I still have so much food available, I gotta get mess hall going though. Plus I got to get an electric grill going. Air floor tile, huh? You just plop airflow tiles in place of regular tiles, and then air can flow through them. Any gas can flow through them. .3 cycles to the next printable. And then another thing I'm going to do down here, since this is going to fill up with carbon dioxide, is I'm going to move the ration boxes down here so that they are in a sterile environment so that my food doesn't spoil. I mean, it's definitely worthwhile to get airflow tiles in critical areas. where you need oxygen and carbon dioxide to flow freely. They obviously can flow through the pneumatic doors too. Obviously, I say as if that's obvious. They can flow through the pneumatic doors too, but that's such a small area and it's not like vertically oriented. Well, it can be, but in this case it's not. That it just takes a lot longer for the gases to sort of seep in and out. All right, we're going to prioritize the ladders on a 6 here, just to where they don't get stuck while digging stuff out. And we'll also prioritize the door on a 6. Bitman Bites sleeping. Let's dig these out on a 6 just to get some oxygen flowing through here as well. Okay. And then these can be dug out on a priority of 5. And they should get the ladders in first. Although I do have you digging at a higher priority, so let's put these digging tasks on 4 until we get the ladders in. Maybe. I don't find the wiki especially helpful. I guess I've used it a few times in cases where it helped, but for me, I feel like trial and error is the bigger help. See, you're digging first. You're digging things with a priority of 4, Yacht Weasel, when there's ladders on a priority of 6. Boy, that makes a big difference, doesn't it? Well, it's because if you change the priorities here, I think this affects it by 3 full. Just 1 tick, I think, affects it by 3 full priority settings. So 4 versus 6, well, it's going to turn into 7 versus 6 for Yacht Weasel. I don't need updates. Alright, we'll put it on speed 2 for the time being. Yeah, they hate ladders and that gets them stuck. That's why I try to avoid those situations when possible. All right. Oh, this needs to be priority of 7 for cleaning also. Oh, okay, so that's fine though. They can get up and down at the moment. So we'll put the priority on here back down to a 5. And we'll put the digging priority on a 5 also. Bit Van Byte doing some research. All right, let's also get some tiles in here. And put a couple ration boxes in here. Skill point earned. Cool. All right. D and H earned his first skill point. It looks like we're going to make him an artist because he loves it. Yaw Weasel is having oxygen problems. I kinda almost want to only have one ration box in here. Yeah, let's cancel one of these. Because if I can get... Alright. Another skill point earned. Alright, you like critter ranching, so we'll give you farming first. Bit Van Byte. Okay, so if we... What was I saying? Okay, so we need to get... Well, first of all, I want to deconstruct these and turn them into a jumbo battery. I know we're going to waste a little bit of power, but that's fine. We'll do research in just a minute here. Okay, and then we need a jumbo battery in. We'll put this on a 6. D&H, stop doing this for now. Let's actually put this on a 0. No, let's put this on 100. No, that's not the right thing to change. There we go. Skill point earned. All right, so we've also got a farmer in Yaw Weasel, but Yaw Weasel's farming is going to be farming, not critter ranching. And we're about to get another duplicant in 70 seconds. Well, 70 fast seconds. All right, now we can turn this back on. All right, we have a new duplicant. Let's see. So brine, I don't want. Another night owl could be nice. but viewer of 4 could be real nice. Decreased athletics is annoying, but I'm going to get that either way. Yeah, we got to go with viewer 4. And he automatically gets a skill point. Yeah, hats. Have you never selected a hat? All right, let's see. I think we want improved tinkering first. All right, let's go ahead and set up the next research now. We want a wood burner ASAP, and then we can get airflow tiles after that. This isn't actually going to work when we have this task to dig. So let's build some temporary tiles in, which we're going to delete later. Arboreal Death Dystopia. Let's also prepare another room for our next duplicant. All right, there's oxyfern down here. One over here, one here, one here, one here. I am ultimately probably going to need to get an electrolyzer going. It'd be nice if I could find a water source that wasn't... Okay, so there is algae out here. So I did happen to get a biome with algae in this. It's just really far out there. And there's slime up here and algae over here. Well, I'm going to try not using algae at all if I can to produce oxygen. But I doubt I'm going to be able to, because unless I keep my population low, I think it's like, one thing that the wiki did tell me was that it's something like 3.2 oxyferns per person. So I don't even have enough oxyferns here to deal with the 4 people I already have. Like, even if I filled all these in, that would still not be enough. So I'd need to get an electrolyzer going, but then the problem there is that I don't have an infinite source of water. I haven't seen an infinite source of water, at least. I haven't seen an infinite source of anything for that matter. I haven't seen any vents yet. So I do not have a permanent solution for oxygen yet. So it may be that I do need to use algae, but for now, let's try without. Okay, let's select research. We now can produce carbon dioxide with a wood burner and power, obviously, being the probably more important thing. So let's get airflow tiles next. And it won't be invalid soon. What are you doing? What are you doing? You can get out of here. Okay. You were just standing there for a minute. What are you doing? Alright, we can deconstruct this. And put this on a 7. So that they sweep up the food. Let's put all edibles and cooking ingredients in. So that stuff doesn't spoil. This is a sterile atmosphere. And I can actually get the wood burner in right now, so let's do that. Okay, somebody should empty this quickly. Although I do have the food going in. I am starting to get low on food. Or at least I'm starting to lose more food than I'm creating, given that I'm not creating any food at the moment. I'm probably going to have to get a microbe musher in for now. And get some mush bars going. You know, I would need this anyway eventually for lice loaves. We'll get a third outhouse going. Okay. Let's get some mush bars going. Let's just get 10 for now. Plug my headset back in. Much bar. I also want to get mesh tiles going so I don't have this annoying surface tension stuff going on. I'm going to put this on a lower priority, but put a floor in there. Hey, listen, it's 1:32. Let's let the pip out. Mush bars, which are also known as dirt smashed together, because that's exactly what they are. So enjoy your dirt smashed together. Dig that up, dig that up, dig that up, dig that up, and dig that up, and for now put everything else on harvest. I mean, do we need an hour for setup? Oh, half an hour. Never mind. Okay. Just then it's about time for... Yes, it's about time for the whole being done with the stream. All right. Let's go ahead and stop it here. And thanks for watching me. And if you want to watch more live stream stuff, Yaweasel is about to host in about a half an hour. So if you don't want to watch, thank you for watching this, and have a great day. See you, DNH. Thanks for swinging by. One more task before I forget. There we go. All right. Save.